But we're going to forget that happened.
Yeah,
as first ban, we get the center banned out straight away. So we're not going to see the 100% win rate champion coming out.
And I mean, that makes sense to me because of, I feel, Batty and being in Bandit's champion pool. They don't really want to run a Senna, so they're going to go ahead and remove that from the game first and foremost. It's a bit unfortunate because you would like that to be a red side ban, but it's something that UNSW is going to have to throw towards. Also getting rid of Thyda's Kiana, a smart move for UNSW. Tarek being banned away from Vegan Bandit as well, so Vegan Bandit with his slightly more unorthodox supports being targeted. Kog'Maw, actually a bit of a surprise to see that banned out.
Yeah, well, we've seen Batty play Kog'Maw in the past. I believe for the first 2 weeks or so, we saw UNSW picking the Janna Kog'Maw comp, or at least Lulu Kog'Maw, and just absolutely ripping through teams. So it makes sense for them to ban the Kog'Maw. They don't want that being picked up. And I think we're probably still going to... I think if it gets through, we're going to see an Ezreal Yuumi, potentially, because that's one of the strongest combos in this game. And I'm almost certain it's going to be on the side of UNSW.
No, but instead we're going to see... Okay, I'm a bit surprised to see that Shyvana banned out last, and that is the insta-lock from the Ezreal, but a lot of strong AD carries left through right here, despite all the bot-side focused bans. Ezreal's still up. We still have a Felio still open as well, and you'd have to think Gustinator will want to pick that one up for his side. Granted, he has a bit of time, because Ezreal's been locked in. You'd think the Yuumi's going to go with it, and I'm sure Swinburne's thinking, all right, who can we pair Yuumi with? Because we don't want to give that one over. They're going to lock in that Yuumi, probably the smart move right there. But who do you put Yuumi with? Do you put it with Aphelios? That's not really the best mix-up. Renekton, though, will get locked in, a strong top laner, and one who you can take in blind, so that's where Swinburne's going to lean.
I think Swinburne should opt for the Kai'Sa, depending on what UNSW picks here. We've seen Kai'Sa has been picked into Ezreal in the past. Unfortunately, in previous games today, didn't work out so well for the Kai'Sa, but it's a good pick as we see potentially Vegan Bandit falling back, onto his comfort pick of the Janna. So now it's going to be really important to see, hey, what can we pick to try and break this bot lane?
Yeah, that is what we are going to be looking for right now. I'm so curious to see what AD carry Swinburne is going to opt with in this one. We could see, as you mentioned before, that Kai'Sa. I also think of Varus might be in the works, perhaps, as we're going to see Aurelia locked in for the New South Wales side. A bit of a flex pick. Twitch is actually horrifying, and that might be a bot lane Twitch, not a jungle pitch. I like it. I like the Twitch Yuumi.
Yeah, Twitch Yuumi is a really strong combination as you suddenly get out of nowhere an invisible rat and mouse, or cat and mouse, I mean, that can straight decimate a team mid to late game. So that's definitely a scary, scary combo right there that they need to be well and truly aware of. Definitely some sweeper lens going to get picked up on the side of UNSW, as they do not want to get caught out by that bot lane.
Look, I know a lot of people don't like Yuumi, but I don't think Ratty is a Yuumi main, and we're all good right here. As the cat, not a rat, but cat and mouse bot lane is going to be super strong, super scary. Plus, also a bit of a flex pick. We still could see that Twitch jungle now. Normally not something you see in higher elo play, but can be run. So you have that flexibility still available. Ranger is going to get banned out, as is that Zoe. So jungle for New South Wales still available. Midcam already eaten 3 bans in this one with the Shyvana, the Rengar, and the Hecarim. Midcam definitely drawing that respect, as well as the New South Wales bot side. So Swinburne did their research, recognized where the dangers lie. Cassiopeia, one of the strongest mid laners right now. One of Thyda's actually super strong picks will get banned out. That is still a Elise available, and Pinch will take that for himself. So a very, very aggressive team. It does mean that we are seeing the cat and mouse bot lane, and Swinburne, very, very dangerous.
Yeah, very, very dangerous. I still think we have a potential for a Talia pickup for Swinburne in final pick. I think that Talia would match their team comp quite well and counteract a lot of UNSW's picks so far, especially now that they've picked the J4. So I think we're going to see, the Orianna picked up here, and I think we should see the Talia getting picked up for the side of Swinburne.
Yeah, Talia mid right now for Thyda. Something we've seen earlier in this tournament, but that's not Talia. Unless that's Talia before she puts her makeup on, but I highly doubt that's the case, because that's a little too horrifying for me. That's Talia if she, forgot to shave in the morning. Very, very hairy. And that's Talia with the mask and a bit of a megalomania complex. It's a Victor locked in for Thaida, and Thaida has played Victor as well, I believe, in this tournament. Unfortunately, it was to limited successes. I believe they ran that against UCID, and it was a rough day that was had. However, Swinburne, very, very dangerous team. That is a lot of damage if anyone is out of position, and it's a team that can attack from all sorts of angles, double teleport, so many flanking potentials. If UNSW doesn't have that map control, if they let themselves push too deeply, they're going to have a bad time.
Yeah, no, if UNSW lets that Twitch, lets that bot lane, lets anyone really on Swinburne get ahead, it is bad news for UNSW. As, you know, the only thing that UNSW has going for it is that Swinburne does have a pretty feast or famine jungle. Even a semi-feast or famine bot lane, you know, Twitch you want to get ahead. So if they can shut that Twitch down and, you know, limit the carry potential from that champion, they're in a lot better position. But if they don't, my.
I mean, everyone on Swinburne wants to be ahead. That entire team comp wants to be ahead. If they fall behind, it's going to be so tough for Swinburne, especially against the likes of, you know, a Janna Ezreal. Do you really want to be behind against that with the team comp you have that is so dependent on having that lead and forcing your advantages in that way? You're never going to catch them, and even if you do, they're probably going to out-damage and kite you. Like, it's so scary right now for Swinburne, but if they do get that early tempo, do get those early kills, that's going to be fantastic for them because they're probably going to run away with this game. And that's something, an element of Swinburne's game that we really haven't seen too much of in this tournament. They always win these late games. This is their chance to win an early one and really prove, I feel, to a lot of people that, yes, they are a multi-dimensional team. They can win early, they can win late, and they deserve to be, you know, a number 2 seed in this tournament. Yeah,
I definitely think that this is going to be a telling game. You know, we have teams like UQ in the 4th spot who win games usually in under 25-30 minutes. So they like to go for very quick games, and then you have the likes of Swinburne who traditionally go for 30-40 minute games. This is their chance to say, hey, we can play in the ring too. Like, we can end out games against good teams very quickly. Yeah. So I think this is going to be a really important one for them to prove to not only the rest of the tournament, but to themselves that, hey, we don't have to go 40 minutes.
No, exactly that. But the thing that scares me is UCID, they're a very comfortable team. They're on a lot of their comfort picks. Also on the Aurelia, again, you have the Vegan Bandit on the Janna. They're all happy with what they've got in this one. Even nice joke on that Orianna. Pretty safe, help supports the team. Mincam, his champion pool is ridiculous. Obviously, there was a lot of niche bans thrown their way, so they just kind of reverted to meta with some of their picks as well with that J4. And I'm nervous. I feel like that this could be a very tough challenge for Swinburne and one they might not be able to overcome. But if they do get that early lead, find those great advantages, well, it's going to be happy days for the team from Victoria. That said, I do believe we are about to be jumping on the Rift. It sounds like I can hear things loading in. I'm not really sure. It sounded like things were jumping around in my earpiece. You probably would have heard it as well, as my camera is exploding for some reason, but it is what it is. Hopefully we get on the Rift to fix that.
Yeah, hopefully the Rift comes out to fix the problems. You know, we heard the shopkeeper doing what shopkeepers like to do, so... Ooh,
no, that didn't help.
That didn't help. So yeah, we're going to see a very important early game here from both junglers, as I think that's going to tell us where each team is trying to focus their attention. Mm-hmm. We're going to see... I think bot lane's going to be important. If they can shut down each other or scale... Either or, it's going to be bad for both teams. Mid lane is going to be a pretty heavy farm lane, to be honest. We've got an Orianna Victor. Orianna, I believe, has the advantage early. You know, can get that poke out really easily. But either or, we're going to see very, very aggressive farm lanes there. In the top lane, we are going to see some brawls.
Yeah, I think there's going to be a lot of fighting in this game, especially initiated by that Swinburne side. Very different from last game. Last game, we were content to scale. We were content to go late, play a bit more chess. Well, this is what's like the complete opposite of chess in terms of this is Monopoly. It's going to end in fistfights. That's what's going to go down in this one. So I'm excited to see where we go. Already grouping at 5 is UNSW, as they're also looking to invade. A good little laser coming from Thaida, though, will kind of slow things down for the moment. Yet Mincam is still plugging on through, still charging ahead. On the opposite end of the map, Swinburne doing a bit of their own invading as well. Going to get some deep wardage in as Thaida gets poked for his trouble. So no level 1 fight. A little disappointed, but hey, smart play from Swinburne.
Yeah, smart play from Swinburne, really just trapping them, knowing that, hey, you can push up, but There's nothing you're going to be able to do here, as they're potentially going for the steal here.
Ooh, they are staying very, very late, but unfortunately for them, like they're not going to find a kill because UNSW is going ahead and started on the opposite side, but Pinch trying to set himself up for that triple buff. We might be seeing Ozo. He's going to drop a ward in there, I would think. Don't check it. Don't check it, Ozo. What are you doing? That was such a risky path. He still gets the double stun, but he's already so low. Pinch is going to go ahead and get that buff, but Ozo is going to miss out on that first wave of farm or blow a teleport.
Or if not both at this point, as he's going to have to try to get that advantages. Like we said, this is a game of advantages, and if GP is able to get any sort of a lead in that top lane, it's going to be bad for Ozo coming in, as he's forced just to walk back to lane. Getting that semi-deep ward down is nice joke. Trying to catch some semblance of vision onto Pinch, but we're not going to see that path coming right now.
No, we're not going to see it just yet, as Mincam's going to go ahead and actually look to go and invade a bit. I think in response for that start, he's going to try to steal the red buff away right here, as Pinch, has to play defensively. But now Mincam could be in a bit of trouble. He's going to flag and drag out, as well as he didn't see the ward, but he did see GP making his way down. And Flash Cocoon's not going to connect, but it will be flash for flash. Mincam will walk away. And we knew there was going to be fights early, but I wasn't really expecting, level 2-1 junglers fighting instead of farming.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting both junglers flash down at 2 minutes 44 seconds, so we've had a very eventful game so far, which I like. I like these fast-paced games. I like seeing teams competing every aspect of the game. And right now, Ozo not looking in a good spot right now as he's getting shoved under tower by GP. Oh, the flash engage.
Oh, that's going to be a kill, perhaps. Ozo again with the clutch stun, and GP with no flash can't chase under the tower. Smart decision as well, because Mincam was waiting. However, Ozo, he's just getting bullied so far in this.
Yeah, and that's what we've seen right now, is this Renekton, as he might be trying to go for a kill.
Oh, he's going to get this kill as well. Ozo tries to flash defensively, will go down. First blood going into GP, but he will give his life for it. However, that's a lot of wave lost for Ozo. He has teleport, and he's going to have to use it to try and get some semblance of any sort of momentum back in that lane.
Yeah, so I think that's really, really good by GP there. Yes, he dies for his troubles, and managed to get away, has to blows flash, but at the same point he's now got a TP advantage on the top laner, who was forced to TP top or risk losing pretty much everything, as he is the strength of Twitch.
Oh my gosh, Batty in so much trouble already. Gussinator steps forward, doesn't quite have enough poison damage yet, but does get the heal and the flash out of Batty. And these Swinburne lanes are doing their job right now, and really kind of taking it to UNSW. Even in the mid lane, we haven't seen the action there yet, but that's actually been going into Wells' favor, as a bit of a gank. It does force a flash out of Thida just off camera, so mid-cam trying to get nice joke going. However, that's the Orianna. That's not necessarily who you want to get hyper-fed.
No, that's not the person who's going to, make a big difference in this early game. What you want to have is get that Twitch, get that, Renekton, who, to be fair, Renekton is more than comfortable in this top lane right now. So I think, honestly, focus your attention in the bot side, and you could have a very, very scary, cat and mouse game in the bot lane.
Yeah, that could be the case for sure. As moving onward, still quite evenly matched in this one. That first dragon kind of looking more towards Swinburne's advantage, considering they did get the flash and the heal out of Batty, although Thida without the flash as well does kind of make it a bit more up in the air. Exhausting Ignite also was used by Loki previously, so summoner advantages would be going to UNSW's side. But that first Rift Herald did go Swinburne. If you take a look at the deeper vision as well, Swinburne has put more resources on the bot half of the map. That's not where Pinch is currently located, though. And it also looks like Mincam is also going to be going top half of the map. So neither team really going to be making an early play on this dragon.
Yeah, I think both opting for the fact that they want to try force another, a bit of a stronger advantage before anything goes off. Something to take note of as well is because of that really, really smart invisibility play by Gussinator, they forced Batty into the double Doran build instead of getting that really early item so that he can start stacking his Tear of the Goddess. So that is something to, that's going to put Batty behind, and that's not where you want to be. if you're in Ezreal right now, you do not want to be behind on your stacks, as it takes a while to stack anyway, so you want to get that thing as early as you possibly can, so that's not a good spot to be.
Off camera, we missed a kill. Top lane.
Did.
Ozo looks to have soloed out GP, and this is Aurelia, who was struggling earlier in this one, so much so that they had to burn an early TP, has actually found a kill back at some stage, so not too sure what happened there. Teleport was used by GP to get back in lane, and Finch walking right into a bush where Min came in, flags and drags over the wall. The cocoon did hit, but no one's going to want to follow through just there, and very interesting top lane situation right now. That's where a lot of the fights seem to be happening.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there, but, you know, we see the teleport being used by GP as he picks up the Executioner's Calling, trying to maybe get rid of some of that healing off the Q from Ozo, but the engage...
Vanguard's Edge coming it down right now. GP going to try and run away, but Ozo's still going to chase him down, gets the stun. Might not see a tower dive with no flash available, but a good little trade going Ozo's way. Does force out the ultimate out of GP as well, so each side just burning their ultimates in fighting. Kind of on cooldown right now. That's sort of the state of this top lane. It is very aggressive up there.
Yeah, I don't know what's happened in this top lane. We went from GP having absolute, you know, flash Wing just for the damage, and now we have Ozo just cleaning up GP in that top lane. So something, a switch has flicked in that top lane, and suddenly what I thought was going to be like a very scary crocodile has suddenly become not so scary, as you have the Bilgewater Cutlass being picked up by Aurelia, so that Renekton is going to have a rough time if he gets caught.
One of the benefits of a Renekton is you can play him both strong and weak side. He does have that sustain. Similar to, unlike Aurelia, I should say, he kind of needs to have that lane advantage, so it's kind of one of the reasons why Renekton is always super prioritized. So although he's behind, he still should be able to absorb a lot of pressure should UNSW decide to focus up there. However, keeping track of Min-Cam's pathing, he's actually a bit more focused at the moment of the bot side of the map, where this Mountain Drake is, and with not a lot of jungle objectives really available for him, I do expect to see UNSW actually move towards that dragon soon. You can see Swinburne, they're aware of this. Their junglers up top, they don't have that dragon pressure, and they're question mark thinking that's where UNSW is, and I'm actually a little surprised that we haven't seen that play with, instead, nice joke, warding up on the upper half of the map.
Yeah, you know, a bit strange for them to be warding that side when there's a potential for that dragon to be taken. Both teams could very much capitalize on it, but right now it looks like neither of them are willing to commit to it, as Pinch may be going for a gank here in the mid lane.
Yeah, this could get very bloody very quickly should Pinch commit, because Min-Cam is also lingering about, and Pinch, he's actually probably going to step into his opponent's jungle, as you see right here, but will get spotted by a ward eventually. Min-Cam's also coming up from behind. GP was trying to dive onto Ozo, isn't going to find anything. Pinch on the ward, flag and drag, a great repel. The timing was perfect, the flash from the wall, Pinch might escape, but the cataclysm follow through means Pinch is not getting out of here alive. He will go down, Ozo will pick that one up. Nice joke, did teleport in, but isn't going to find anything for it. So a bit of a mistake with the teleport, but that will be a Rip Herald going New South Wales way.
Yeah, and that was a really, really good flash ultimate from Min-Cam there. Getting another kill onto Ozo, and now we've suddenly got a 3-1 Aurelia in the top lane, which is a scary, scary prospect if you are Swinburne, as they're going to pick up this Herald, and...
Uh-oh. It's the final chapter. And they hold Vegan Bandit in place. The Gustinator trying to get some damage down, but actually still doesn't quite have enough with the help of that Rat-a-tat-tat. So Vegan Bandit will be safe in this one. Again, aggressive play from Swinburne down bot, but aggressive play from the UNSW up top as GP's in a bit of trouble. Has to flash to escape. The damage follows through despite the whiff on the shockwave. It's all good. And New South Wales pick up yet another kill up top.
Yeah, the accidental whiffed ultimate coming out of nice joke there, but hey, they get the kill, they get what they want, so it's not the end of the world, but smart play now. Swinburne opting to take that dragon whilst they know the jungler is topside.
These fights have been so sloppy, I feel like, from the New South Wales side, yet they are coming out on top of that one, as we're seeing Riptail getting dropped right as Thida arrives straight into a flag and drag, has to flash defensively, and turns it around. Thida finds one Min-Cam, one auto will take him down. He's running for his life, so desperate to escape, but Thida, he might look for the cutoff. Yes, the speed push, drops the laser, but does not connect, and well, now actually he needs to get out of that one, because those minions are doing a fair bit of work. Thida will recall Min-Cam just barely escapes.
Thyda's very lucky there that those minions didn't block him and stagger him into taking a second tower shot. But, you know, you could see what he was going for. Really, really smart there that he was able to get that kill. Herald really didn't get to do anything because of it, so really smart roam from the side of Thyda as pretty much shutting down that Herald advantage that UNSW had.
Yeah, it was a good sort of counterplay right there. And Thyda, you know, he's one of the carries that we want to see come out of Swinburne, step up. I'm super surprised to see Ozo and how well he's performing, and it's surprising in a good way, might I add, because New South Wales, he was the player who had a lot of questions. I was focusing on this one, but Thyda, he's not someone who I've had questions about for Swinburne, and he's performing the level that I was expecting from him. Great roam, nearly gets that 2v1. Kind of needed that kill to try and catch back up to Nightstroke, who's actually doing a phenomenal job in laning. Meanwhile, down below, Vegan Bandit, you think he's in trouble, but surprise, it was a Mimcan trap. He drops the Cataclysm, but Pinch actually gets some damage over the wall, but with Ozo and that teleport, he should be able to find Pinch. Loki is also going to fall as well. Spiders and cats do not get along today, and that will be 2 kills and probably a tower, or at least a lot of plating going New South Wales way.
Yeah, and what looked like it was going to be, you know, a bad fight, Vegan Bandit getting jumped on by Gustinator and Loki, you know, was all just a ruse from the side of UNSW as they collapse and get like kill upon kill in the bot lane. As now they are just plowing ahead in this game, 7-2 at 12 minutes. So GP, yes, going to get some plates in the top lane, but it's not enough.
No, it's not going to be enough to sort of match this sudden gold advantage for the University of New South Wales. As Gustinator actually kind of sneak back the lane, is invisible. Ozo takes some tower, but Twitch ain't going to go for that 1v1 as we watch this engage again. That Cataclysm just immediately blowing up Gustinator, and yeah, Pinch was going to try and run away. Loki, the cat, stays as long as she can, but will fall as well. A double kill going to mid now, 2-0 and 3, and guess what? This is a warrior Jarvan. None of that Cinderhold stuff. He's going to be going in. He's going to be trying to one-shot people because there's no real front line on Swinburne, so might as well go for it.
Yeah, you might as well. They've both opted for heavy damage team comp, so he's just thought, hey, let me just go warrior and just try with the, you know, the ball delivery system, just one-shot as many people as we can, as fast as we can, because, hey, there's not going to be a fight if you blow everyone up in 2 seconds.
I mean, when you're 2-0 and 3 at Jarvan, at the stage where you're buying that item, you go warrior. Like, Cinderhulk is, you know, for a standard jungle start, this has been above standard. Midcam has actually been doing very, very well. He can afford to go warrior, try to accelerate that lead, and this is what I was worried about with Swinburne's comp. They're now behind, and UNSW, instead of trying to play passive and still trying to play for that late game, they're going to look to punish this team because they don't want to give Swinburne any chance to get an advantage, and that warrior enchantment kind of exemplifies it.
Yeah, and we mentioned this earlier when we spoke about, like, you know, the feast or famine idea that their team comp is facing. Right now, you have Pinch, who's just he's 0-2 now. So he's going to have a hard time, and he needs to get some kills, and he needs to get them quick if he wants to start competing at a high level, because right now, he is in a bad spot.
Yeah, but Pinch, I feel like every time he's tried to make those plays, he's just been getting caught out, unfortunately, and Midcam has been doing a great job in not letting the Spider escape every single time. Both of those deaths had come from Pinch kind of pushing in too deep at awkward situations, not taking the J4 into consideration. We saw the Flash Cataclysm up top. We saw the Cataclysm again down bot. And both times, Pinch has just been caught out in bad situations and has fallen. And unfortunately for Pinch, again, he's continuing to position aggressively, but this could be good for him as the Cocoon does connect. Nice joke, does have Shockwave available, isn't going to wind up using it, actually holds on the Flash as well, and all of a sudden, here comes the mid-cam re-engage. The Cataclysm connects, but GP will be able to lunge right on out, so no one will die this time, but with a Dragon spawning in about 35 seconds, it does look like it will be in New South Wales control. In fact, he might not even be done. Pinch, Flag and Drag does connect, and Pinch in a bad time. The Tornado fall through is there. Mincam finds yet another kill. Now this Dragon almost certainly is going to do the blue side.
Yeah, you do not want to have your jungler with a 20-second death timer when the Ocean Drake is spawning in 19. So that is going to be a very big advantage for UNSW. And I just wanted to point something out because I only just noticed this. Ozo decided he bought the Bilgewater Cutlass early and forced GP into the fight.
The Avarice Blade and then has changed it. Yeah,
and then has sold it. He sold it, and
Gustinator though is actually going to try and run him down. Ozo, are you faster than a Twitch with a Yuumi? I do not believe you are. And so Ozo should fall, although the stun buys time. Loki actually jumps off the Gustinator, but the Gustinator with the speed throws the potion, and all of a sudden gets turned around. Ozo does not even come close to having the damage to actually go back that other way. So that will be a kill secured by the Gustinator.
Yeah, kill secured by Gustinator, which is really good. I believe he had a bounty at that point. So, picking up the Trinity Force, now Ozo has a fair bit of damage to push out, but going back to our point before, he bought the early Bilgewater Cutlass, forcing Renekton into buying the Executioner's Calling, and then immediately sold it heading back towards the Trinity. So now you've got Renekton with a dead item, effectively, who has wasted gold on his item path and is in a world of hurt in that lane.
I mean, yeah. Look, the Monsoon from Vegan Bandit, right? Aha, you won't heal as much there. Got ya, but
Gotcha.
Definitely not ideal, and so smart build path from Ozo right there. However, it does set him back in doing so, and despite having that strong start, Ozo has been getting caught out a fair bit recently, so hopefully, it's a bit of a risky play. He's going to try and make it pay off at the moment. Things seem to still be in control, especially with that Trinity Force, so Ozo hitting that big power spike and still getting it before that 20-minute mark tells me he's probably fine with how things have gone, as UNSW, they're really dragging that Herald far, far away. I'm not really sure what's going on there, trying to set up that death bush, but Gustinator not taking the bait, and now Rift Herald will go to the New South Wales side.
Yeah, I think they were waiting on Smite to come up from in-cam. I think they were just trying to stall it out, maybe see if they would hit it and drag it away, if the side of Swinburne would try and contest it. They didn't, so they know that they're safe to take that as much as they want, as we're going to get the Herald getting picked up, and I believe this is the second Herald of the game getting picked up for UNSW as the TP.
Oh, TP coming through as the Cocoon is not going to connect because Ozo has that happy feet, dodges immediately, Vanguard Edge onto GP with the nice joke follow-up. He doesn't need the Shockwave because the damage is there. Kill being secured by a nice joke at the end. They'll get themselves a Scuttlebug. There's no dragon. There's no towers. That was just teleports for kills because that's the kind of game New South Wales wants to play today. Rift Herald being dropped in mid lane. Thaida in trouble, is able to dodge the Flagon Dragon. The final chapter is actually not going to connect on the baddie, so the re-engage from Swinburne's already gone. Herald kabams himself into the tower, but immediately gets dropped afterwards, so the tower will not fall.
Yeah, defensive ulti there coming out of Loki and Gustinator, just I guess trying to keep everyone away from Herald. They're going to lose the half a tower, but they don't want to lose a full tower if they don't have to. Really, really smart play from UNSW, getting the Herald, immediately teleporting bot lane. The beautiful Q from Ozo to dodge the Cocoon coming out of pinch, immediately just shutting down GP. Overall, really good play. Making up a little bit for the fact, like you said, although Ozo has had that really strong start, has been caught out a couple of times, so, this time being the catcher instead of the catchee.
Yeah, that was a great play from Ozo right there. It's just always kind of awkward when you see a fight over no objectives. It always makes me nervous, because it tells me that these teams are getting very, very kill hungry, very, very fight hungry. Granted, New South Wales, this is good for them. They want to snowball. They don't want to give Swinburne a leg to stand on, not with the amount of damage that this team potentially could have. And while, yes, they have a 6k lead as we approach that 20-minute mark, normally that would be strong enough. One bad fight, Swinburne gets the momentum, and everything for New South Wales can fall apart. So they're just continuing to try to keep, the foot on the throat, so to speak, and really keep Swinburne down. Now we're starting to see that mid lane wave crash, but the wave play from Swinburne is actually quite strong. Batty trying to do what he can. Thaida looking for that flank potential. Instead has to try and zone as Batty continues to work on the tower. The tower does fall, and Swinburne can't find that re-engage, or perhaps it's happening down below. That was Pinch again getting caught in a pinch, and he will fall. Another catch for Mincam as he somehow found GP in all of that as well, and things going bad to worse for the Swinburne side.
Yeah, this is not what you want to see if you're Swinburne right now. Your Feast or Famine jungler is 0-4, as this is just looking like it's going to go from bad to worse, as Cataclysm is available for Mincam.
Yeah, so no one can really step forward to defend this tower. Thaida does have Flash available, but you don't want to use it defensively to save a lost cause. Always fun when supports pick up towers. It makes them feel accomplished, so good job being in bad on that one. However, Swinburne, they are looking maybe for a re-engage, but the rest of University of New South Wales, they're rotating to the bot lane. They're getting another tower. Then they're probably going to come right back up to that dragon, and Swinburne, they're too scared to step up to do anything about it, and they should be.
Yeah, they definitely should be. With the strength of their team, just look at UNSW's team comp. 3 people with with bounties right now. 4-0, 2-0, 2-0, 3-3, 0-5. They are incredibly strong right now.
Yeah, they are incredibly strong. I mean, it's gold advantages across the board, and this could be the fight. Flag and drag coming through, but the True Shot Barrage did not connect, so not enough damage here. Doesn't matter, because Ozo's still going to dive. Just eats a lost chapter to the place, tries to escape, and somehow outruns the laser, so Ozo survives for now. GP missing him as well. It looked like the Crocodile might have been able to turn and get him. Does not matter. At the end of the day, Ozo escapes. Everyone's alive. The Dragon included, although maybe not for long. His daddy's heading down that way. Nope. New South Wales rather reset themselves.
Yeah, I think UNSW would rather reset here, get back to full strength. And if they're at full strength, they can pretty much confirm that Infernal Drake for them. As Ozo there definitely went for a very hard flank, and when things didn't go according to plan, decided, hey, I'm already here, in for a penny, in for a pound. The only mistake there was maybe trying to be a little too ambitious, but at the end of the day, if they're in full strength, they should be able to get this dragon for free.
Exactly that, as just in the mid lane. Unfortunately, we didn't catch it on camera, but Thida found himself caught out in that one. So another kill going to the University of New South Wales side right before picking up this dragon. They're on vision. It doesn't matter. That's going to be the first Infernal going to the New South Wales side as they're continuing to push their advantage. And this is what we were talking about at the beginning of this game. I want to see one of these teams have a strong, convincing win over the other to say, you know what, we deserve to compete with the best. And while New South Wales, they did struggle against Sydney in the past, that was not the New South Wales we're seeing right now. This is a Mincam that's been able to be given the space and have the pathing and the performance that he was lacking in the previous week. Now he's back at full strength, and Swinburne, they're feeling the brunt of this J4.
Yeah, he's at full strength right now, at a point where he can even just 1v1 most champions on the side of Swinburne, because he's got the Black Cleaver, he has the Warrior enchant, and he has the stopwatch if things go badly. So right now, I think Mincam can pretty much engage no worry in the world, as they just have the damage and the positioning to do what they want.
Yeah, it feels to be the case in this, as Mincam is, again, sort of leading the charge right now. Going to blast himself over the wall, try and catch out the Gutsinator, who's already backed away, wants no part of any of this. It's just, Swinburne, they just can't afford to step up anywhere. Everything is too risky. They've been getting caught one too many times. They're aware of it. They're that far down, and unfortunately, they haven't been able to reestablish their vision control. They haven't been able to find the picks, and a lot of that just has come from the shot calling, the positioning from UNSW. They're playing this game super well right now. As you can see, they're clearing out the jungle, not giving Swinburne any semblance of anything in that top half of the map before going ahead and starting on that Baron. So Swinburne would essentially have to be going into a death pit blind in order to try and stop this Baron, something that they need to do in order to stay in this game. It's just so stacked against Swinburne right now.
Yeah, no, if you're Swinburne right now, it is not looking good. You're 5 towers to 0. You have no towers, as we have Mincam again catching everyone out.
Yeah, Mincam again on the pinch. There's a Cataclysm, gets the flash, but it doesn't matter because Vegan Bandit had that kill already. Baron has been started up, and yes, no jungler means no 50-50, means New South Wales will happily collect that, and that might be the death blow. Do we see that desperation fight coming out of Swinburne? They're still too afraid to move through the jungle, and it's going to be too late before they even get to that pit right now.
Yeah, I don't even think we're going to see anything. Yeah, there's nothing they can do right now. They're too far away. This is going down, and it's going UNSW's way.
Yep, and more advantages for this blue side, nearly at a 10k lead. New South Wales, they are cruising their way to a victory at this stage. Another Infernal Dragon will be on the map soon. I'm not sure it's even needed for this blue side. This is looking so good if you are a fan of this New South Wales team. Really, just one more fight could end this one.
Yeah, I think that if they just push the lanes out right now, they might not even need, like you said, they might not even need that next Infernal Drake, as if they get a good fight and a good push, they could just end it here. With the combination of ultimates that UNSW has at their disposal, they have the potential to just one-shot everyone and end the game in one push.
And now I'm going to actually go back to the pick and ban phase a bit, because Swinburne, they went for this early game, hyper damage, aggressive team composition, didn't pay out, very feast or famine, they never got that early lead. And while, yes, it would have been great to see another element of this team, like more gameplay from them, clearly their strengths are these late game scaling comps, as we are seeing right here. maybe it was a mistake to do this. Now, granted, it's better to figure this out now than in the playoffs, which will be happening in 2 weeks, might I add. So if you mark that on that calendar. But it's definitely telling for this team, and unfortunately for them, that could be a weakness that some of these other playoff-bound teams could be looking to expose once we get to that semifinal stage.
Yeah, I think we can definitely now see that Swinburne, like you said, Swinburne's strength lies in like long games. So all that these teams need to do is play early game aggressive comps, and they can potentially do something here. We do have the Elise behind UNSW here, but what's that going to do, though? I'm not sure. Yeah, Elise being forced pretty much to pull back into base.
Yeah.
We
might be seeing the desperation play. Gustinator was kind of found out right now, but it doesn't matter because DP is going straight down the middle and has already found the kill on the nice jump before Shockwave can be used. Meanwhile, on the other side, though, Vanguard's Edge holding the Gustinator in place. The GA has been popped, and Ozo is forced to go golden, but Midcam and Ozo are going to escape, or are they? Thaida on the flank gets a lot of damage down, but not quite enough to secure himself the kill, and it's going to be a 1-for-1, or is it? Because Thaida is still looking for it, finally does back away.
Yeah, it finally ends in the 1-for-1 with the burst damage coming out from Hinge there. Surprisingly good damage. Just deleting Nice Joke off the face of the map. Just
that Cataclysm on the Gustinator really was what turned things around, though. Midcam finding that opening to get one back, and again, another amazing escape from Ozo as well at the end of that. Something, though, I kind of want to bring up, though, to continuing our past point, though, and why I'm nervous for Swinburne coming to these semifinals is that you look at the other teams that have qualified, or are most likely going to qualify. You have UCID, which wins games incredibly quickly, UQ, which wins games even faster. Like, these are two of probably the best early game teams here, and now New South Wales is proving that they, too, can play aggressive. Now, this isn't really the fastest game from them either. In fact, considering how this has gone, I would almost argue they could have been even a bit more aggressive when Swinburne fell behind. However, these are three teams that do know how to close out victories against a team that likes to scale. That can be scary matchup-wise for the Swinburne side moving forward.
Yeah, no, even if they do get through this and get into the finals, it's going to be rough, because we've seen that the teams, like you said, the teams that are winning are the teams that play fast.
Yeah.
And Swinburne just don't. Swinburne's strength is in long, drawn-out games, and that's not what the tournament meta has evolved around.
No, it hasn't, unfortunately, for Swinburne. Now, that's not to say that they can't play fast. We just haven't seen it yet, and this game, unfortunately, did not go their way. I wouldn't even really call the team composition that they have in this one to be the fastest one either. It's just really like a team comp that wants to be ahead, be it a small advantage or a large one. And they've never been ahead in this matchup. I'm sure in a best-of series, we'll see them mix it up, and we're going to be seeing them in a best-of series. It just would have been really nice, I feel, for the fans of Swinburne and for the team itself to take a team comp like this, a bit different from what they're used to, and pull out that victory. But now sitting 2 inhibs down, needing 3 dragons to get that soul, New South Wales in complete control of everything. It's turning into a matter of when, not as much if, for UNSW to win this game. But, I do remember, I believe it was Swinburne versus QUT, where Swinburne, granted it was the other way around, Swinburne had the massive lead and QUT almost fought back, but it then lost it at the end. We've seen comebacks. We've seen 10K comebacks before in this tournament, so technically we're not done yet, but Swinburne is going to have to play immaculately from this point forward in order to bring this back.
Yeah, like they're down, they're not fully out, but like they would need a miracle effectively to pull this back, as like we've seen, there's only really been one game.
Cataclysm's already down, but that is Gustinator actually shutting down Midcam. Doesn't matter, though, because Ozo's still going to try to dive in on the Thaida, but that's going to quickly turn into a 5v1 as well, and these are, those sort of miraculous plays that Swinburne is hoping for. Over-aggression from the New South Wales side picks up 2 kills for Swinburne.
Yeah, and that's really bad timing, because Ozo down 46 seconds. They have a Baron spawning in 30, so that means Swinburne is now in a position where they could even try and contest force a Baron fight pretty much 3-4v5, so
I mean, it's going to be a hard Baron fight to force with 2 inhibs down. You're still going to have to keep someone, maybe even 2 people back in that situation. However, what they can do is get those waves pushing up a bit, maybe get some vision around the Baron and go for something cheeky as steal. It gives them space to work with, but it's still not a lot.
No. It's space, but I don't know if it's enough space to turn around everything that's happened in this game so far. Right now, they're in a shaky spot, we'll say. And they have managed to pull back a few leads by the fact that UNSW has overcommitted a couple of times. But they're still not in a great space, as yet UNSW is just going to turn themselves back onto this Baron.
Yep, but they were spotted. So Swinburne has a general idea of what is happening. You have GP down in the bot lane playing base defender with teleport at the ready. However, with no real deep wards, even through a teleport, he's probably going to be spotted and he won't get that miraculous flank. Pinch, though, might be getting caught out, has to repel to avoid the true shot barrage, but there's nowhere safe for him to land. Fortunately, Flash still available, does get him out of dodge, but without Flash, that means cracking into that pit is going to be so much tougher for the jungler. But if Ozo gets caught, that could be a disaster. However, he is able to jump to safety, and the lost chapter is now gone. Cataclysm, all the Gustinator does force out that Flash. The damage is there, but Gustinator is going to heal it right back in the middle of anything. The Shockwave only connects with one as Gustinator's turn the damage right back around. The GA pop from Midcam. Swinburne swarming around him. Will they get him before he flashes? Not quite, as Midcam is able to get over the wall, but Thyda's going to chase after him. He has the damage, but does not get the kill. Batty now trying to poke back, but does not connect with his skill shots. Ozo, he's back. He's healthy. He's looking for Gustinator, but with Loki still sitting on him, and he re-engages a bit too risky. And in the end, it's only one kill on Nice Joke before the teams decide to reset.
And this is a scary, scary fight right now, as you have Gustinator actually pretty much pulling off some miraculous victories, but like you said, they can't really commit to any fight because they lose a tower to minions. So they're now one Nexus tower down.
But the fights are starting to go Swinburne's way. Gustinator, he's got into his 3-item power spike. If he stays alive in this, he actually can blitz the entirety of New South Wales. As you can see, like, finally, defensive items being picked up by the blue side, but it could be too little too late. Meanwhile, Swinburne, they're committing for a dragon. UNSW, they're committing for that mid lane. They want that second inhibitor gone, and they are barreling towards it.
Yeah, they are barreling towards it. Unfortunately, no wards around Dragon. Batty unable to stop the backs with the True Shot Barrage, so they're going to put some pressure on, but they're forced to back off. I think, yeah, this is definitely not what UNSW wanted. This is not the cleanest victory they could have had, if this is a victory.
If this is a victory.
Because this is getting to the point where Gustinator is a legitimate threat to their game. If Gustinator can stay alive on the backline with that Yumi and just burst through your team, like we said in the early to mid game, there's no dedicated tank on these teams.
Yeah.
On either or.
But you know what UNSW does have is dive, and what Gustinator does not have right now is flash. So if Mincam, if Ozo can get to the Gustinator, that would be huge. However, Baron started, steal attempt coming through, but not going to be in time for Pinch, who immediately goes down, and this could be the disaster. Final chapter is dropped, does root Batty in place, but no one's going to be able to get their Vanguard heads. Jumping onto Thyda. Thyda goes down. GP might be the next target, but Gustinator's trying to shockwave into everyone, and that will do it. New South Wales will get themselves the win off of the Nice Joke triple kill, and an ace to boot. New South Wales secure themselves as the #2 team in our Intervarsity tournament.
You know, I hate to say it, but I think that was an even better shockwave than the one we saw last week. That was a 3-man insta-kill shockwave coming out from Nice Joke, and I was scared. I'm not going to lie, Gustinator started hitting the backline and started chunking down UNSW, but UNSW getting the win in good fashion. The 10-kill lead by the end of that game as they